You are all welcome to today's episode of the Job Ready Trainings. In our last episode, we started with the definition of what a curriculum vitae is, and that is a CV. And then I gave in a basic structure of an ideal CV, which comprises of your contact information, your personal summary or professional summary, your education, your work experiences, and your skills. Today, I'm going to be giving you some general tips to consider, things to note while you are writing your CV. Before you dive into writing that CV, it is equally important that you weigh between your education and your professional experiences to see which of them projects you more as that right fit for the position you are targeting. This will help you know where the education or the professional experience will fall in that basic structure. Whether immediately after your professional summary, it is the education or the professional experience that is going to come first. The first and foremost thing I will advise you to do or not to do is including the word curriculum vitae on your CV. This occupies space that ought to be used for another thing, because generally it is advisable that you make your curriculum vitae a two-page document. At the level of your contact information, remember you have to include your name, your contact information as in your numbers, your email address. And here most people have some funny kind of email addresses. It's always wise for you to create an email address that bears your name to make it look and sound professional to a hiring manager. Also, at the level of that contact, you can consider including links to your social media accounts, especially that of LinkedIn, Twitter, and you could also include a person link to your personal web address if you have one, or to your blog. But remember one thing, while including the links to these personal or social media accounts, it is wise for you to have cleaned your social media account to look professional before you can include a link on your CV. At the level of formatting your CV, first consider using the font size between 10 and 12. Consider using a very common font type like the Arial or the Times New Roman, and consider bolding your main topics. And if you choose to bold any of them, make sure it is uniform throughout the whole CV. I'll equally want to suggest that you avoid using your picture or a photo on your CV except it has been asked for. Stop using tables in your CV or text box for your CV. This is because most companies now make use of applicant tracking systems, and with those systems, it is very easy for your CV to be distorted when you use tables or when you use text box in typing, and this might turn your CV into trash, and you know where it will obviously end up in. Remember that it takes a very short time for a hiring manager or an employer to scan through your CV to be able to know where it will fall, whether it's at the trash can or they will forward it to the next stage of that recruitment process. And it is important here, I will suggest here that you use the reverse chronology CV type, which brings in your most recent education or professional experiences, so that it should be exactly what they see first. This is to ensure that while they scan through your CV, they get to pick up the most important of your skills or the value you are trying to put across to them. Here are the tips we have for you today. However, stay tuned for the next episode, because in our next episode, where we'll be taking each step of the basic structure of a CV and coming out with how you can put across your value according to each step. And we are going to be dropping in some more tips belonging to each step of that basic structure. I am Gong Hedwig from a career service provider at your service. You can contact me through the following numbers: +237 677 322 148.